and welcome back to A Talking Matter, where we have conversations that matter. And today it's going to be episode 3 of the same series, Mind Over Matter. And today's discussion is 10 lessons I learned the hard way. Okay, I think it's really important to kind of tell you guys the lessons that I learned personally, because I know that if I had picked these up earlier, it would have made a good difference to my life. Okay, so I hope it's helpful to somebody out there. One, and two, I would also like to, see you guys in the comment section below. Maybe say the things you learned from your mental health journey, and who knows, maybe we'll have 100 things to know. And just really want to help people out there, get this conversation started, get people talking about mental health. So let's begin. 1, your body will tell you you're stressed, anxious, tired way before you're willing to acknowledge it. And I think that if you notice that, you can not just look for a medical cause like, oh, my chest is tight because I have asthma, or my chest is tight because there's something wrong with me and I can't breathe. Your chest is tight because you're anxious, okay? You're struggling to sleep because you're anxious or you're depressed. Noticing these physical symptoms as maybe a mental root is important, because the minute you can put it, what am I trying to say? The minute you can know that oh, this might be a mental health issue, means you can deal with it because you know what it is, and not just go from pillar to post wondering and living through life. And I think that's actually a really good thing that our body does. And I think what people don't really talk about, what people don't really realize, is how connected the mind and the physical body is. And the minute you start to understand that when your mind is not right, neither is your body. And that's often why when your body is not right, sometimes neither is your mind. So it's really important to understand the interplay between the two of them, and know that just because you're experiencing symptoms physically doesn't mean that it's a physical issue. I think that's really, really important. 2 is that keeping everything between you and God, it's just heavy. Not telling anyone, keeping it to yourself, it's just a very heavy load to bear. And I think that, sorry, my notes are there. It's a very heavy load to bear. It's just, why keep it to, it's just, you're stuck because nobody can help you, kind of, and nobody knows, and you're just, and then, if you believe in a God, then obviously God is there, you feel the presence, whatever, but it's not the same, and it's not necessary. Why are you giving yourself extra work? And God gave us people to live with, talk to, and help each other. Okay, next is, the earlier you say something, the easier. And I think this is a big thing for a lot of people. Waiting until the right time, there will never be a right time. There will never be a right time. There will never be a conversation that's appropriate, a time that's appropriate, a day that's appropriate, because it will always feel like a really big thing. It will always feel really uncomfortable. It will always feel like you're bringing down the mood, bringing down the vibe. It will always that. It will feel like that all the time. So the easier you say something, the quicker you say something, the easier it is. Don't wait, don't hold it off, because waiting till tomorrow becomes waiting till next year before you even know it. Trust me, I know. It just doesn't happen. So it's really important. Just speak, just say it, lay it out there. Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. 4, mental state affects more areas of your life, aspects of your life, than you think. Okay, it's not just how you're feeling that's the problem, and you can manage it, because you'll realize that there'll be other parts of your life that, because of your having ill mental health, are now suffering. Maybe it could be academics, it could be, sure, you're still getting good grades, but it's harder to maintain them, it's harder to keep them going, it's harder to work, it's harder to revise, and it starts to affect that. It could be family, fractured relationships, you're not really in the mood, you're not really willing to talk, you don't really want to be around anyone, maybe you're snappy. That could affect your relationships with not just your family but also your friends. So when you look at, you know, other aspects of your life, I'm sure you'll notice that there are bits that you were like, rah, that actually did affect, you know, this side of my life. And so it's really important that we get our heads right, we get into the right space, because it affects everything, literally. And then 5, you are never really suffering alone, ever. You are never suffering alone. And I know that it feels like it, but you aren't suffering alone. You are never alone. Somebody else is experiencing pretty much the same thing as you. And I know that when you're in it, it doesn't feel like that, but it is. And that's why it's better to just talk it out, let it be out there. Someone will understand what you're talking about. And even when you're talking to people on helplines, when you're talking to people who are professionals, it's probably nothing that they've never heard. There's probably nothing that they've never heard. So don't be scared, don't be worried, don't be anxious about that or anything. Okay, number 6. This one's also really important. You have to do the reaching. Okay, you have to tell people, because I think it's pretty mean almost to expect people to just know, to expect people to pick up hints, to expect people to just guess and save you, you know. And I think that sometimes we can do that, not intentionally, but it can just be like waiting for someone to help you, waiting for someone to notice, waiting for someone to have a divine realization. And the likelihood is it won't happen, because you haven't said anything, and more time you're hiding it. So just reach out, say, I need help. No one can help you if they don't know, okay? No one can help you if they don't know. So it's really, really, really important that you do the reaching. Yes, you. Okay, you. So reach out, tell people, let them know so they can help you. Okay. 7, dealing with this alone is slower, harder, and often incomplete. And I would say this definitely is true. Like I said, lessons I learned, it's true, too true. When I started talking to people was within less than a year, properly less than a year of the it really does help to talk to people, and it just accelerates everything. And it means that you can get professional help if you need it, and you can have a full healing, a full circle kind of progression. Whereas when you're dealing with everything alone, you get to a stage and you pretty much plateau. Okay, so it's really important that you understand that going alone, it's not worth it. It just extends the process. Even if you do get there in the end, took way too much time, don't bother. Number 8, sleep is key. Okay, key. Listen, lack of sleep is the worst thing when you're not feeling right in your mental health. It makes everything worse. If you're noticing that, try and sleep, try and get those hours in, try and timetable that time that I need to be in bed by this time so that I can wake up whenever I need to wake up. Try and sleep. And obviously it's easier said than done. I know for a lot of people, part of the problem is that you can't sleep, but trying to make sure that we get that sleep, trying everything to do to get that sleep, not to stay up on the phone or whatever, is really important. Because when I had consecutive loss of sleep, affected my mood. I did not feel good, did not feel right. you do need sleep. Okay. So get some sleep. That being said, obviously for some people the problem is oversleeping, sleeping way too much and not being able to do anything with your day. Yes, sleep is key, but what's also key is being able to carry on and do other activities, see people, do work, whatever it is that you need to do. It's also important, making us feel productive, making us feel good. Okay, so balance, everything balance. 9, be honest with yourself. Okay, like, you're going to be seeing all these signs, you're going to be noticing these things. Be honest with yourself, because the minute you can be honest with yourself is the minute that you can progress. It's the minute that you can move forward. It's the minute that you can address the issue. You can't address something that you're denying. If you're in denial, you can't address it, you can't fix it. Okay, it just remains there, and you're just pushing it down and burying it and burying it and burying it. No point. Be honest with yourself. Sit down with yourself and be like, am I being honest with myself? What am I feeling? What do I think these feelings are? Where are they coming from? Be honest. Have these sit down conversations with yourself. Okay, it's really, really, really important. Last one, okay, because I'm sure you're getting tired of my voice. 10. Without being in a better place, you don't fully experience life. Life is just passing you by and you're just surviving. And having been there, it's not great. It's not fun. And you'll be reflecting on times and you'll be like, oh, I wish I was more in that moment. I wish I was there in that moment. I wish I was fully present at these times. I wish I was fully immersed in these things, because the one thing you can never get back is time. You can get money, okay, but you can never get time back. Okay, I'm sure they've been trying to invent one, but unfortunately there is no time traveling machine. Okay, none of us are Doctor Who, so it's really important that we try to get into these better states of mind, because we should want to live life to its fullest, properly, fully being present, fully experiencing it, fully enjoying it, because that's what the Lord wants for you. Okay, that's what I want for you. I think it's really, really, important that, you know, people really do try and enjoy and live life, because once you're there, you're like, wow, how was I living before? Is this how people live? Wow. And I just want that for everyone, to be honest. I think it's really, 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 really important that, you know, you guys understand that life doesn't always have to be like this, and life shouldn't be like this. We are supposed to live life. We're supposed to enjoy it. So we need to get our minds right so that we can fully experience and fully live life to the fullest and enjoy all these milestones that we have. Enjoy being in secondary school, for example. You'll never get that time back. You're gonna wish you did, but you ain't never gonna get that time back. So, you know, it's really important that we do that. Okay, so those are the 10 lessons I learned the hard way, and I hope, you know, they meant something to you guys. Drop down in the comment section below if there were any lessons that maybe you learned in your mental health journey that I didn't mention. Let me know if you agree with my lessons, if you disagree with my lessons. Let me know. Let's just have this conversation. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, subscribe, please. And yeah, so that's all I have to say for you to you guys today. So love God, love yourself, love others. Bye.